Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's doing good. I am here to do a quick tutorial on this envelope liner. I found a really neat shortcut way, or it seemed like a shortcut for me. I found it on Pinterest, so I'm going to do that tutorial for you. I will link it below to give the person credit that it came from. But I think it's just nice when you send a card, if you have time to put a liner in your envelope. You know, that's really cool. And this is going to be done on the envelope punch board, but I'm also going to try to find an option. All of it can be done by hand, I'm pretty sure, or without the punch board is what I mean. But I'm going to do it with the punch board, and then I will show you an alternative if I can come up with it without the punch board, okay? So for good measure, I'm just going to go ahead and start with making the envelope. Everybody knows how to do this, I'm sure, if you have a punch board, but I'm going to go ahead and do it while I'm on screen. But also, I wanted to share, let's see, what was I going to say? I just totally lost my train of thought. Anyway, maybe it'll come back to me. But let me go ahead and do the, oh, I know what it was. Envelope Generator is an app that you can download, I know, from the Apple Store, and I suppose from like any Android store, it can probably be downloaded as well. So that is what I use. I have it on my phone, and so when I'm making a card, which is usually an A2 size, but if I'm making an odd sized card, it's easy to use that envelope generator to look up your measurements for your paper that you're going to need and where you're going to make your first punch and score. So what I've done is stuck that in my phone, or in my app this morning, and it told me that I need to cut my paper at 8 1/8 inches square. And then I'm going to make my first punch at 3 5/8. Now, you can get the same information, or generally the same information, here on your scoreboard, or on your punch board, but I'm just going to go off of what I got on my phone. But you can get it from there as well. So 3 5/8 is going to be right here. So I'm going to punch, and I'm going to score. And so you know that once you do that first punch, that's all you've got to do. You don't have to line anything else up except for this right here. So that is actually going to take me out to 4 1/2, or right about 4 1/2. But you don't have to know that. You just have to line this up right here. Okay. And one more punch, and we will be done with this, and then we can get on to the liner. Okay, now you are going to corner around. I shouldn't have taken my punch board away. I should have left it. You're just going to corner around, like I'm going to fold mine because I want mine going, I'm sorry, I think I'll do it. Can I do it that way? No, I guess I'll do it this way, because I want my card to go in, you know, like this here. So I'm going to punch, corner punch that, just that one, and then I am going to measure, take my envelope, or my, excuse me, I'm just all over the place with my words this morning. I'm going to measure from the middle of this right here, which would be where the point was, to here, okay? So we've got, I'm sorry, I'm going to measure to right here. Just going to measure from there to here. Actually, it's supposed to be in the, to this score line here. So we're going to measure to the score line right here. Can you guys see that? I'm sorry. I've only done this a couple of times, so we'll make sure I get it right. So that's about 4.5, okay? So you are going to subtract 1/4 of an inch, and that's going to give you 4 1/4, okay? So 4 1/4 is what you want to make your next, or for your liner, that's what size paper you want. So I've picked out this paper here for my liner, and I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4 square. Okay. Four and a quarter square. Okay. And then I'm going back to my punch board, and I am going to line it up at 4 1/4 on my scoreboard here. Okay, you're going to measure it, you're going to line it up the width or the size of your paper. You have a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square, and you're going to line it up at 4 1/4, okay? And then you're going to punch it. Okay, then you're going to take it and you're going to turn it like this. You're going to line it up at 4 1/4 again. Okay, and you're going to punch it. Okay, and you're going to have this. And then this top edge here, you're going to corner round. Okay, and that's what you've got. Okay, now when you take this back to your envelope, you are just going to line up these little pieces right here that you have sticking out. Can you see those? See that little piece right there? That right there is going to line up on your score line. Okay? Just like that. So let me get it lined up, and then I'll put it up to the camera where you can actually see that that is lined up with your score line on both sides, okay? And that is your liner. You're just going to glue it down. Now I glue, what I did with mine, what did I do? I can't remember if I glued the whole thing. I think I just glued the top half so it'll have a little bit of wiggle room when you fold it. So you're going to go along this edge, and then don't get too close over here. Because you don't want to go outside, because it leaves that little bit of a border. Okay, so let me get this lined up, then I'll put you back in frame. Okay, there you go, lined up. Okay, and then when you fold your the flap closed, then you'll just carefully do it. But I would let the glue dry first, okay? But before I fold this up and put it together, I'm going to go to a part 2 of this tutorial and show you how I decorate the outside of my envelopes before mailing them. Okay, so that's all of that. Let me go over with you one more time how to measure, and I'm going to go to this side. It's going to be pretty much the same difference. It's just I'm doing it on the other side. But to find the paper size for your liner, you measure from the edge to this score line right here. So you're going to measure from the edge here to this score line, okay? And then you're going to subtract 1/4 of an inch, and then that is going to be the size of the paper that you're going to cut for your liner. So mine comes out to about 4 1/2. It might be just a little bit shy, but I try to keep my numbers pretty, you know, closest to the quarter that I can. So it comes out just a little bit past the 4.5, but I went ahead and just called it 4.5. Subtracts, I get 4.25. So I'm going to cut a piece of paper that is 4.25 squared, which is 4.25 by 4.25. And then you're going to punch it just like we did on the punch board. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was because I was a little slow at explaining that, so I want to make sure you understood that part. Okay, so if you want to see how I decorate the outside of my envelope before I actually put it together, you can tune in for the next part of this tutorial, which will be a two-part tutorial. All right, guys, I hope everybody has a great day. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to PM me. Leave a comment below. You can hit me up over on Instagram at Turtle Creations for you over there as well. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have, and also I can leave my email in the link below. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.